Hey YouTube world and world in general, how you doing? First of all, thanks for tuning into my channel here. In this video, we're gonna do an unboxing of this package that I got. I ordered this on eBuyZone.com. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. Well, they got a little advertisement going on Facebook and Instagram and all that shows on social media about they are selling this PSP looking console, you know, that little small PSP, or should I say yeah, PSP looking console with thousands of games, like 500 games to 1,000 games in it, from all the retro games. And as you know, like I'm a huge gamer. I mean, like I got my YouTube channel, and I'm on Twitch as well, right? And I love the craft of digital art. You know, like that's the only reason that I play this game, because obviously, and it's really fun playing, right? So what happens here? Like I ended up ordering this portable PSP looking device with thousands of games in them. And I don't know if you guys have probably seen those advertisements as well on Facebook or Instagram. Well, anyways, this is from eBuyZone, and we're gonna do an unboxing video. And I have the package here, right here, and we're gonna do an unboxing video, and we're gonna take a look at it and see how this looks, and see if this legit. First of all, I was sort of suspicious about if I want to order this, because this was coming straight out of China, and I never heard of eBuyZone.com, right? And I took a hit. I mean, like I took my chances ordering this on eBuyZone.com, and it was like around $50 for 500 games, and it's a PSP looking thing. So I don't know if it's 500 or 1,000 games. Let's see, let's see the amount, let's see the specs, let's see what's this all about, let's see what the box has to say, and let's get into this unboxing, and let's go with it. Alright, so let's get to this unboxing here. So as you guys could tell, here is the package. I'm gonna go ahead and open it up with my bare hands. It looks pretty easy to open up. I don't think I need a box cutter for this. So here it is. So I'm gonna slide it right out. As you guys could tell, it's in a really tough packaging. So back of the box, you see it says a new style game player, and it plays anywhere, anytime. And on the top, you guys could tell it has new style. We got a little picture of a game console, but I'm pretty sure this is not what this console actually looks like inside. So let's go ahead and open it up. So I was correct, as it was advertised as it's showing here. It was advertised as it's a PSP looking device. So here it is. Wow, I'm like really amazed and shocked that it is a PSP looking device. It is called X6, as you guys could tell. So here is the plug-in, and I'm hoping there's an adapter in there, because I am in California. So this console is actually out of China. So obviously the hookups are gonna be in Asia. So I got my adapter, I got my cable, I got my user manual. And you guys could tell that it has a user manual, and it comes with the headphones. It comes with a USB cable, and also a plug-in in here. I'm gonna go ahead and put that to the side, get the garbage out. And in this booklet, you guys could tell it is a MP3 player as well, got a camera in it, and a video player as well. I mean, that's like one too many stuff in one $50 PSP looking game device here. I mean, I'm like $50. I'm gonna get my hands on it, you know. So that's how the console looks like here. So I got a little memory stick at the bottom. It got a camera on the back. Right here looks like one of those cheap old cameras, but obviously what would you get for $50, you know, with all that good stuff in it. So I think this buy was sort of like a steal. I mean, you wouldn't get anything for $50 that looks like a PSP device. This device itself will cost at least over $100-200 just the way it looks, you know. But then obviously it's a game console. Obviously it's a game console with actually now I'm really confirmed. I looked at my receipt and it says it has 10,000 games. I'm like, fuck man, 10,000 games, that's hella games for $50. But I'm pretty sure that most of the games is probably gonna be repeating games, because yeah, I mean, hopefully I'm just hoping, I'm just crossing my fingers that most games are not repeating on it. So here it is called MP5. It is DV, DC, MP4, MP3, and has a little user manual, how it looks, what it does and do. So we're gonna put the user manual on the side. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on right now. It looks like it's not really juiced up, so I'm gonna go ahead and charge it and come back to it and turn it on. Alright guys, so it is all charged up now. It is all charged up. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on the first time. So here it goes, crossing my fingers that I know how to turn it on. But in the box it said you have to turn it on from the top and then press the start button on the right here. So that's the front of the console. Obviously it does look like exactly like a PSP. I mean, but it is called X6. It got 4 buttons at the bottom. It got some buttons on the top, and it got some USB, micro USB where you charge it at. And so I'm gonna go. So I turned it on from top here. Now it tells me on the user manual that I need to hold down the start menu to be able to turn it on. So here I goes. Hopefully it turns on in 3, 2, 1. Alright, so it's turned on. So obviously you guys could tell that it got one of those Taken looking games. Well, I mean, like, the Taken is in it. I saw the list of the games. So actually, you know what, the Taken 3 is right there. You guys could see there's a Taken 3 right there on in the front of the menu. So like these games are already pre-installed in it, and I mean, that's just the front screen of it. Man, why do I have a glare on the screen? Okay, so here, I think that's much better. So obviously there's some menu at the bottom, some photos, some video, a camera, a tool, and a browser, and a setting at the bottom as well. And obviously you guys see like there's like 10 games on the main menu, so those are already preset for us. That is just like a quick access to it. You just like click on one of those games and make it work. So this is the classic games. So now I'm into a game menu. So that's the classic games right there. So what they're gonna do, they're gonna give us all these games. You guys could tell that I am already over 1032 games in here, and I'm still going. So you guys could tell like it is over 1,000 games already. And I just right now just looked at my receipt. It said it has over 10,000 games. So man, that's gonna be a long list of games. But as you guys could tell, like as I go down, most of the games are repeating games already. And I mean, I saw this one game, Need for Speed. It was like 980 was Need of Speed. You see like 10,070 is Need of Speed. I'm like, most of the games are repeating in here. So that's sort of like a not sure like how would that happen, right? So some games are in Chinese. I believe these are Chinese or Cantonese. I don't know. So I don't know what language that is. But then the downfall of this is because it's obviously I'm in California, I'm in USA, I'm in America. So I don't know what all of this means. I don't know what that means, and obviously I'm just gonna have to use my lucky guess. Just click on one and just play the game. I really wish it was translated into English because that's my native language. So I really wish that it was translated into English, but then obviously it is not, and there's no way in the menu that I could go in and change the set language. So that's a bummer. I mean, I am just gonna be stuck with that Asian or Chinese language into the system. So obviously this is straight out of China, so this is bootleg. It is like a fake PSP looking device. So here it is. So that's how the camera looks like. Obviously this camera is one of the cheapest camera that I have ever seen. It just reminded me of those Metro, should I say, one of those flip phone cameras back from the 90s and 80s. So that's how the camera looks like. You guys could tell that I got one of my iPhone plugs right here. I'm trying to test out the camera here. So obviously this camera is not even 480, or 720. What you get nowadays in any camera. So this camera is really cheaply made, so I'm not really impressed about the camera. I won't be taking any pictures of it anyways. So there's a camera, there's a video recorder, and there's a setting and browser, and obviously a couple of things, right? So you got a calculator, calendar in there as well, and your tools section, and so that's the games right there, guys. So let's get into Super Mario Brothers right here. I'm gonna go ahead and restart it. And okay, so see what the good thing about it is that it got a loading state. I could stop the game where I was playing and save it, and then load it back up where I left it off. That's what the cool thing about this is. So I mean, who would imagine playing a Mario on a PSP looking device on the go? I mean, I would even never thought about this. I was like, if you've seen those advertisements on Facebook or Instagram, dude, this guy is trying to play Mario that he never. Let me actually put down the volume here so I could at least talk. Speaking of volume, the volume of this game is really cheap looking volume. What would you expect anyways? But it's like really loud, and it's like hurting the ears sort of manner. It's not really, I would say, dubbed out. It's like a really cheap quality speaker into the system. So I'm not really worrying about that as long as I'm hearing something, right? What you expect out of a $50 thing? So here, who would imagine? I would never imagine having to play Mario on the go when I'm on a long trip. Having a Mario in your hand into a game console. I remember back in 90s, you would have to come back home and play Mario. Before you go to sleep or anything else. Having a Mario on the go, that's just one of the awesome things. So that's the load process and the menu right here. So we got Mario on this X6, right? And we got a lot of other good stuff. Let's select what other next game that I could demonstrate here for you guys. So we got a Taken. I think the next game that we're gonna play is Taken 3 here. So obviously we gotta restart load screen as well. Are you gonna play Taken on the go? One game, I remember we used to play just one game on one console. Having a Taken and Mario on the go, my gosh. Who would have even thought about that? That's just one of the biggest selling point for me. I was sold at the time, god dang, okay, so we're playing Taken on this device. How you gonna play a Taken on this device? The graphics all these graphics are actually uh, I guess like into the system, got put it into the system, so it's already preloaded, you know, like it's not like I have to change cartridges. I mean, it's already preloaded into the system. So okay, let's see, I'm gonna quit out of this match here. Let's see, the next game that I would play now is let's see, let's try, how about Contra? I mean, Contra, come on guys, everybody loves Contra, right? I used to play Contra. I mean, on back in 90s. I used to play Contra too. So we got Contra 1 player and 2 players. So obviously we're gonna play Contra in a jungle. So here we go. So we're just like shooting away here. Yeah. So we're just gonna play the whole game. So I'm gonna let you guys enjoy this Contra right here, and I'll come back to this recording later on. Okay, so then the next game I'm gonna play is Crash. Everybody knows about Crash, right? I mean, like, who does not know about Crash? You're gonna have this little okay, so obviously this is from Universal, so we got Crash coming up right here. I mean, I remember that I used to play Crash on a PS3. I think PS2. I think the first Crash was on PS1 or something, right? I'm not sure. Correct me on that one. Leave it in the comment box if I'm wrong. But I remember playing Crash on a PS2. So I mean, like, you're gonna emulate a Crash. I mean, like, all these games are emulated into this small X6 device right here, right? So so here we go. So we're playing like a minute ago we were playing Contra, now we're playing Crash into this small device here. This thing is, I would say that this is one of the best buy that I have done so far. I mean, you're gonna play like all these games on the go. I mean, like, like, if we had these type of things back in the days, I mean, like, this is one of the first buys that I would buy. And one other thing that I also saw, similar looking device on eBay as well, but those were cheaper than $50. I believe they were like $30 or some were $40, and those were on eBay. And I wasn't sure about that either. That's after I got this in the mail, and I went on eBay. I was like, okay, let me go ahead and check it out if I could get a similar looking device on eBay, right? So yeah, I mean, that eBay, I went on eBay and ebay.com, and they had a similar looking device for fraction of the amount of this device. Like I said, I spent 50 on this, so I believe it was like $39 or $40, like $10 cheaper. But I wasn't sure about that because them did not look like a PSP looking device. I mean, like, this actually looks like an actual PSP, you know, and that was one of the selling points that I liked. I mean, like, you know. So now we're gonna play Mario Kart. We're gonna play Mario Kart on this thing. Let's go. I mean, okay, we're gonna start this right now. So here we go, Mario Kart. I mean, like, I would turn up the volume here. It got a nice volume to it, but the volume is really cheap. sounding. I mean, the speaker in the console is really cheap. I mean, it's like hurting the ears, sort of cheap. I mean, you could tell it's cheaply made, obviously, and also the buttons on this device is really cheaply done. I mean, you can't press two buttons at one time and thinking and hoping that it's gonna work. It's gonna stall. I mean, these buttons, nothing gonna happen on the screen if you press two buttons at the same time. I mean, you have to press one button at a time to make stuff work on this. So actually, obviously right now, of course it's gonna work because you need to accelerate, because if you press two buttons like a triangle, I mean, like, think about this. You got a triangle, rectangle, you got a square, you got a triangle, you got a circle and an X. I mean, like, oh, okay, I know where you got that from. You got that from PlayStation. Them buttons, them X, triangle, circle, square. That is from PlayStation. How you gonna just put it in there thinking? I'm like, how if you're gonna make a cheap console, at least make up some type of thing. I guess like whoever made this console was not thinking hard. I mean, I hope PlayStation does not go after these people and say, hey man, you guys just copied over PSP straight out of the bat. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut on that one. Hopefully nobody from Sony watches this video and say, hey man, where you bought this? Okay, if somebody watches this, let me tell you this. I got this from eBuyZone.com. That's EBUYZON.com, and it's a company out in China, I guess. Don't come to me, man. Don't try come get me. Get them people that try to advertise it on Facebook and Instagram. All right, go get them. Don't come to knocking on my door saying, hey, you got a bootleg system. This bootleg system I bought legitimately from eBuyZone.com for $50, and I got my receipt. All right. You guys go on Facebook, or you guys go on Instagram or whatever social network if they're still there, or go on their website. You go get them. Don't come knocking on my door saying, hey man, you got a bootleg system. All right. I didn't make this. I don't know nothing about this. All I did was paid, and I own it. All right. I have nothing to do with it. I'm just like a regular Joe. Bought this from online, and now I own this system. Go get them. Don't come and come knocking on my door. All right. So we are done. So we got this thing. So that's like one of the games. So that games looks like one of those Street Fighter looking games. So I mean, so we got that. So I'm gonna exit out of that here. So let's see, like, what's the next game that I could play here. So as you guys could tell, like, I'm already on 1,116 games. So, and the list is still going. All right, and there's like list is still going up to 10,000. 10,000 games in here. Okay. So let's take a look at so that's the X6 right here. So we got a little memory slot on the top. You get yourself a headphone jack, a micro USB, and a little TV out, a headphone jack looking TV out thing right here, on off, mic, camera in the back, and two speakers on the left and the right of the console. And yeah guys, okay, so now I'm gonna try hooking this up to the TV. I mean, so what happens was that I ended up buying this wire from eBay as well. So this wire actually hooks up right into the console, you know, where you saw the TV out. So this wire hooks up right into the TV out part of the console here. Alright, so I got this from eBay as well. It has one of those 3 prongs, the yellow, red, and the white, I believe. You know, one of those AV cable looking cable. One of these right here. So we got ourselves a white, yellow, and red right here. Alright, so and this wire is supposed to connect with your console and then connect with your TV, and supposedly it will work. Hoping that it will work, because that's the only way this console, this X6, gonna connect with the TV. So what happens is that once you connect this wire into the console, into your X6, and it connects to your TV, and everything blows up onto the TV. I mean, like, everything. You could watch what happens on the screen right onto the TV. So we're gonna go ahead and connect it, and I'm gonna show you guys how it looks, and when it is connected with the TV, and I could use the console. Alright, so the wire is connected from behind my TV, and I'm gonna pop that one right back in there. So I'm gonna go into my settings, I'm gonna go into TV out, and there are 2 options, PAL and NTSC. So I'm gonna try the NTSC first, and obviously that one did not work. I got no picture. So okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and restart my system here again, and then I'm gonna go under settings again. So I'm gonna go under a TV out again. I'm gonna change it to PAL. So PAL seems to work for me. PAL seems to work for me. I just have to the little 3.5 jack thing was a little bit too tight on the screen. It was too tight into the console, so I have to loosen it up a little bit. And there it goes. So we get ourselves a screen. So whatever happens, supposedly supposed to happen on the console, now it is happening onto my TV here. So once it's connected, so we get no picture on the console. We only get to see what's on the big screen here. All right. So what I'm gonna do here, we're gonna play some so as you guys could tell, it is connected here, and I'm showing my X6 right here, and now it's completely casting everything was supposed to be on X6, and it is actually casting everything onto the TV here, right? And so here we go. So now I could play what's on the console. I could play it on the TV screen as well. So that's like one of the coolest things that I liked about it. you could play, I mean, like, I could play on the console if I chose to, or I could play on the big screen if I want. I mean, so either way, I could play it either on the console or either on the X6. So I could play both ways. So here we go. So we're gonna play some Mario here, and I'll come back to this and finish up this tape. Okay, so now that we are done playing Super Mario, the next game that we're gonna play is Contra as well on the big screen, right off the X6. So everything is actually the casting the way that it's supposed to. I mean, there is some audio issues here, and I had some audio and video issues because obviously the screen itself, I mean the sound itself from the console is really cheaply made and is like doing the same thing on the TV. I had to move the sound cable, the sound input into a different socket to able for this to work. But then eventually it did work, and so here it is. So you guys could enjoy. I mean, like I enjoyed playing this. I mean, like I enjoyed playing this on the little, see, like I'm showing you guys. I mean, I enjoyed playing it on the small, on the X6, and it's like even more fun, should I say? Of course, I'm like even more excited about playing it on the big screen. All right, so I remember that I used to own a Contra cartridge on back in 90s. Now I'm just like playing it on the go. I mean, I could play the same game on the go as well now. I don't have to worry about coming home and setting up the system. I could just take this X6 with me, right? So here it is, Contra, guys. Everybody knows about Contra. Who does not know about Contra? Right. So I'm gonna let you guys enjoy this gameplay here, and I'll come back to this later on. Alright, so then the next game that we're gonna play is Taken 3 here. So we're gonna cast to the big screen the Taken off X6 here. So here we go, Taken Advance right to the big screen. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and this was the unboxing of X6, and that's all for this video. And don't forget to subscribe and follow me on Twitch and Twitter, and thanks for watching, and I'm out of here.